Hello, welcome to Wild Owl TV. I just thought I'd give you a garden update. The garden now in the early part of June is looking fantastic, and the animals are responding accordingly. Let me take you around and see what we've got. So the comfrey is amazing. This is an amazing, well, it's a weed, it's a herb actually, but you think it was a weed because it can be a little bit rampant, but it's fantastic for bumblebees. And I was going to find you one. There is one around this. There's lots of them, but they suddenly seem to have disappeared. So you just switch the camera on. Let me find you a bumblebee on the comfrey. As you can see, this plant is taking over. Oh, there we go. There's lots of them there. There you go. They absolutely love it. Really, really good plant. Easy to grow, probably very cheap to buy. And all the time full of bees. Oh yeah, there you go. Really amazing. So that's the comfrey. The solitary bee houses are doing really, really well. And the red mason bees have been very busy. This is my cheap Morrison's solitary bee house, which is being filled. And what we got there, is that a solitary bee or is that a wasp? Oh, it's a solitary bee. Yeah, it's a solitary bee. Now that looks like a leaf cutter bee to me. Oh, we got leaf cutters. Yeah, I'm sure that's a leaf cutter bee. Look at this one. That is a leaf cutter. So we currently, I'm so pleased about that. It's the first one I've seen this year. Now those soil ends where they've taken earth in and blocked the end, that's been done by the red masons. But this bee that we just saw going into the tube is not going to be blocking it with soil, with mud. It's going to be blocking it with leaves. Now as I'm talking to you, we've got a red mason bee in the vicinity. Oh, there's your leaf cutter. Yeah, she's just checking out the holes. Where are you? So she's just going in and out. I wonder what she's doing in there. But here, I just saw... Oh, it's all going on here. It's a nice, lovely, warm day today, so these insects are all very, very active. Now I just saw a leaf cutter go... red mason bee just go into one of these holes. Oh, there's one there. Oh. Trying to film bees. Nightmare. So we've got red mason bees and we've got leaf cutter bees, both active at the moment. So some of these holes will be blocked with leaves. There's a red mason bee. Come on, work with me. Where are you? Oh, that's a beautiful... That's a leaf cutter as well, I believe. Very yellow. I'm trying to capture this for you. It's just... of course they disappear into the holes and you've got to remember which one they went into. These are just bamboo canes stuffed into this habitat, but they are exactly what these solitary bees need. These bees are nice bees. They're very very harmless. They're very what's the word? There we go. There we go. Now that is a leaf cutter bee. What are you up to? Whereas in contrast, what we got, there we go, that, oh, come on mate, work with me. They just don't stay still, these bees. What we have here, if you can see it, that is a red mason bee. But as you can see, they just don't stand still. The red mason bee is a little male. He's very small, but like, oh, what we got on the top there? There you go. That's a red mason bee. Let's get back in focus. So put the macro adapter on here. So there's a red mason bee on top of the bee habitat there. Much smaller than the leaf cutter bees. Leaf cutter bees are larger, but they both do the same thing. They both go into these holes and fill them. So there's a red leaf cutter bee just there. Stay still, will you? There you go, that's a leaf cutter. So yeah, all going on here around the bee habitats. See if we can get a closer look. Oh, she's moved. Right, I'm giving up on the bees. Okay, so what we got then around the garden, we've got beautiful forget-me-nots filling the gaps. Need a little bit of a weed here. There's our chives. Chives are brilliant, and the iris are out on the pond. Butterfly gardens, not very butterfly at the moment, but we got a little bit of work to do there. But again, because of the nice weather, there's all sorts of insects now. They are responding to the flowers all blooming. This is why I put wild flower seed, and I can't remember what this was now. I'm sure some of you will know what these flowers are. Now I need to reseed this later in the year, but it is an area that is very popular with insects because they're wild flowers, they're not cultivated flowers. And there's a bumblebee there just buzzing around. There you go. Feeding on the nectar-rich wild flowers. Okay. Now, I walked down here just now and the black and white cat was here. So I've just set up the sonic detector. This is the where are we? You can hear that going, can't you? Put your hand in front of it and it sets it off. So I'm hoping that is going to act as a little bit of a deterrent. Now in this wild area we've got all sorts. We've got more comfrey, we've got alliums that I popped in there at the end of last year. We've got lots of hawth and lots of bramble, and obviously the iris, which give away the fact that there's actually a pond in there. There's a tree bumblebee here on the comfrey. Say this is a fantastic plant. Now bearing in mind that we have a pond in here, of course that means that we're going to have amphibians around here, and what I've done is I put carpet down here, and the carpet gives the amphibians somewhere where they can hide away during the day. So we're just going to disturb them. And one thing that I discovered, what have we got here then? Anything there? Oh yeah, we got a little frog. Where are you? Oh yeah. There you go. So that frog is taking refuge in amongst the right next to the pond. But what I did find when I looked here earlier on is young newts. Let's see if I can find one for you. Hello darling. So what have we got here? A baby newt. How amazing is that? This is one of my babies, and this is the beauty of having this area around here as a nursery, this nursery pond. So I'm just going to put you back, darling. Go on then. He's gone down there, and this area is absolutely teeming with young newts. Haven't seen many young frogs, but you know that does reflect the fact. I'm just going to put this carpet back a second. Sorry about the poor quality filming here as I put this back for them. It does reflect. We haven't had. Let's go back. Hardly the BBC this, is it? We haven't had as many frogs spawn. Didn't seem to work this year. It seemed to die off for some reason. I don't know why, and that's reflected in the fact I'm not finding many frog tadpoles. But the newts themselves have done really well. And of course this area is superb for just being able to hide away in an area that is protected to some degree from cats, and that's why I like the bramble. Bramble's good anyway, but this is just amazing. Look at this, it's a forest, and this is giving protection to all sorts of creatures. Now if I push my way through here, we do have a bumblebee nest in here, which was occupied by mice, and it looks like it's active. and that's on the woodpile. It's just an amazing mix of habitats and hideaways. It's what you need. Look for slow worms. Any slow worms. Oop, I'm getting stung by stinger nettles here. No slow worms. I try and put the carpet on here just to give them. So there's no slow worms in there at the moment. I hope they're still around. So this is all about a corridor. So we have a hibernaculum behind the bench here, which I will have a little look for slow worms in a minute. But let me just show you what I've done. Against the fence, we've got apple tree and some crab apple trees. There's hawthorn in there, there's laurel, there's lots of bulbs. And as you can see, it is a completely wild area. Now, it's a little bit of a mess, and I could probably go in there and just tidy up a few things, make sure the bindweed doesn't take over. But the point is it extends around the edge of the garden into the nursery pond area, which is very wild now with bramble and nettles and all sorts. It's not the sort of place you're going to venture into, but that's the whole point. And then we've got a buddleia that's growing up now in that area. We've got an area here with another bumblebee house. The compost bin regularly has a wood mouse in it. Not today, but we can have a quick look in this bumblebee house. But you can see where I'm coming from in terms of having a corridor, because if we go then extend onto the waterfall area, you can see that down the right hand side of the garden we've got cover in the way of spireas and other plants leading into the pond, and obviously we've got the rock garden area. But then on the other side we've also got another strip of uncut grass all along, leading along to the edge of the pond, and that's giving anything that climbs out of the pond immediate cover. And that's really important, because if you're a frog or newt, and whether it's day or night, you really do not want to be. I just realised as I've been sat here, a plutit has been washing itself in the waterfall. It's just gone into the trees. Can't do anything in here without being disrupted by birds. So yeah, they can basically leave the pond and have immediate cover. Anything in here? Looking hopeful. Usually tap the roof and something will move inside. There's a slug in there, but doesn't look like there's any mice in there. But the mice are actually, we'll sort that another time. Mice are actually in this area here, and they come out down the bottom. And just as likely run over my foot as I'm sat here with you. Okay, so as I say, it is absolutely teeming with life now, but a lot of the reason is because of the cover that I've got. And you can see this where I've cut the grass short outside of the pond area, and then along the edge I've left this strip. And in amongst here there could be anything. There could be moths, obviously badgers that come in the garden will hunt in these areas, and then we've got the beach leading down to the pond. Ducky and Quacky and Co have currently flown off. They're gone somewhere for the day, and as always we have the birds around, and the robin left has just showed himself. Come on then, what's this? See if robin left make an appearance. Come on then, what's this? It's just on the floor looking to pick up bits and pieces, little mealworms that were crawling around from our earlier feed. So there we go then. That's just a little bit of a roundup on the garden, and I'll leave you just with a few more images of the bumblebees on the comfrey. And robins that are stealing food in the shed. You're naughty, aren't you? Look at this, you've got one there. 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 and one up there. Robin left and robin right, looking for food. I don't suppose we can finish this video post without feeding you, can we? They're obviously hungry. Let's just go and get them some food and we'll finish off with that. So this is where it's kept, in the garage, on top of the freezer. Get them some of these, these mealworms, and these robins can have their afternoon snack, and probably a blue tit or two as well. Come on then. Come on then. So that's robin left sorted. Come on then. I can hear robin right. Come on. Hello. That's robin right sorted. And I think we have a blue tit hanging around as well. So the blue tits are nesting in the box in the tree. One of them up there. Oh, let's just put it on the table. The blue tits will come straight in. Go on then. That's not if a robin doesn't get there first. One of the best places to eat in Yate and Chipping Sodbury. Thanks for watching.